So guys, it is bargain camera time. In here I have the Sony RX10, which, if you know anything about cameras, I'm sure you'll be aware of. It's quite an expensive camera. Says it's £829 here, but you're probably talking about 650 odds in the UK. Now, when it first came out, it was about £1,100, £1,200, and that was 4 years ago when it came out. And since then, there has been the RX10 Mark II, 3, and now we're getting the 4. I paid £315, condition B. It does have a box, as you can see inside there. I don't know what else we'll get. I'm hoping the condition is okay, and it's, you know, just a few manuals that are missing that's knocked it down to a B. But what I'd like to do in this video, it's not a full review. Don't look at it as a review. This is really just a first look. I'm going to just look and see what the condition is like and maybe give it a quick test. I just thought, you know, rather than do all this myself, let's record it. That's what YouTube is for, isn't it? So they've wrapped it up pretty well. Okay guys, this is it. Looks quite good. So let's move this over to the overhead camera and we'll take a closer look at this and we'll see whether I've got a bargain here. So I have enough bubble wrap to last me until 22nd century, but that's not a complaint. It's good that it's well packaged. And this is it. This is what £315 picked me up. The box looks like it's in good condition, so that's a good sign. Should hopefully mean that it's in, well, the camera's in good condition. See here, 3-inch tiltable screen, f2.8, 1-inch sensor. Right, let's see if we've got ourselves a bargain or whether I've been robbed. Okay, so the camera, here's the camera here. It's just bubble wrap to make sure it's okay. Okay, I'll set the camera there for a second, just check what else we've got in here. So, well, I've got a plug, what looks like a very cheap charger. It's not an official USB charger, but I've got lots of them anyway. I've got a Nikon lens pen for some reason. So, in summary, I got a cheap plug, a cheap cable, and a lens pen, which actually could come in handy. Silly accessory guide. It's missing the manuals. It's missing a lot of things really, but I don't care. The only thing I really care about is the camera. So first thing to check, the lens. Never used one of these, but I assume that's how it works. A wee bit of dust there, I should be able to get out. So it's quite a weighty camera, but I mean, it looks like it is in mint condition. I can't see any scratches, any dents, nothing like that. I think everything's fine. It's on. I think that said battery was at 100% there. So this has a tiltable screen. It can come up to there. It can go a little bit the other way like that as well, but it doesn't reverse round. It doesn't go round to the side or twist round, anything like that. The lens cap off. It's got, like you can see here, it's clicking. I can actually click it when I change, but you can take it off and just make it continuous. So I will be using this as an overhead camera, but I think I'll be using it, you know, I think I'll maybe use it every now and then for something else. I mean, it's got the hot shoe adapter. Round the side here, you've got microphone and headphone port so that I can monitor my audio. Micro HDMI out, which was really useful for monitoring, and multi, which is USB charging. Down here you can put it between manual focus and continuous focus and all that as well. So I'm not going to explain you how it all works in this video because I don't know myself. There's a little compartment there for the SD card, which I'll actually put in just now. Put one in. So what I need to do is format this now. Flash. So set to PAL. No, I actually want it in NTSC. So the menu buttons appears to be up here in the top left. You can see the file format. That is the higher file format, XAVC. See, I'm getting 50p and 25p. But what I'd want to do, see, I'm quite familiar with this because this is the same menu as my RX100 Mark III. Obviously, there'll be more options in here, I suspect. But there should be an option here for PAL NTSC. There we go. So it's going to reboot. Now, what that means is I can film at 60 frames per second, 1080p, which is what I want. This camera doesn't do 4K, but I think that because I'm streaming and because I will be using this for streaming sometimes as well, and because my current computer probably isn't quick enough for 4K, I decided, 1080p is still the way for me to go just now. So I wasn't caring about this being 4K. I talked about this the other day. I did look at the RX10 Mark II, which can do 4K, but it was double the price, and I thought, you know what, I'd actually prefer to get 60p. I'd actually prefer to get two RX10s at the price than I would to get one that can do 4K, because if I'm not going to use 4K, it is irrelevant. The RX10 Mark II does have a lot of other cool features in it, but I'm not sure I would have used those anyway. So what I need to do next is format it, and then I'll give it a try. As I said, I'll show you all this in another video one day, but in this video I just want to really give you a first look at it. I think for £315 I've got a bargain. It looks like it's in mint condition, but what I can do is put it on and we'll see how it performs. So a combination of my excitement about this new camera and the fact that I'm not very good with cameras, I didn't notice that at the top was actually a UV filter. You can see that there. Now, it says UV filter there. The part that I was looking at said made in Japan, so I didn't notice it. Let's chalk this one up to my own stupidity and inexperience with cameras at this level. Well, I have it hooked up to the boom arm now. This is how I'm hoping to use it most of the time. As I said, this doesn't have a rotating screen. It has a tiltable screen, but it doesn't have a rotating screen, so I can't actually see what I'm recording, and that's why I've got it hooked up to my monitor. I can see exactly what the camera sees there, and that's going to come in very, very useful. I'm hoping there's not going to be any problems with that as far as, HDMI out and recording anything like that. I don't think there will be. But what I like to do just now is click record, jump over to this camera, and we'll see how it works as an overhead camera. Got a few things lying about in the desk here, and this is kind of what my unboxings, my product reviews and all that kind of thing. This is what it's going to look like. I'm going to be filming from above here, and one of the biggest problems I had with my Panasonic G6 was autofocus. So let's see how this performs. I've got it on the auto mode, so it's not getting that there. Yep, I think it was focusing on my watch before. So up and down. See, that's quick. It actually seems to go, if I go quicker, it actually seems to handle it better sometimes. No, that's a lie. Seems okay. I think they've improved upon this, but yeah, sometimes it seems to catch it perfectly. Other times it's a little bit slower. Depends on your movement. It's a marked difference over my Panasonic G6. That's my first impressions of it. Without a doubt, it's a lot better than the G6. I'm not saying it's the best in the market. It certainly isn't. And I know this is something they've improved upon, the RX10 Mark II and 3. But first impressions are the autofocus on it looks quite good, and the quality seems quite good as well. One last test I'd like to do is just quickly put my Shure mic on it, and we'll see how it performs with that on it. I mean, it's, you know, I'm recording with the RX100 Mark III just now, but that's something that doesn't have a hot shoe, doesn't have a mic input, and this does. Okay guys, so I've got the Sony RX10 and I've got you in a little mini tripod in a kind of vlogging situation. Now the audio will be bad, I don't have my microphone plugged in yet. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a preview of how bad the camera mic is. All camera mics are bad, but it's good to give you a little feedback on that. So what I'll do now is I'll stop it and I'll put on my Shure VP83. Okay guys, the audio should be a little bit better now. I've got my Shure VP83. Hope the levels are okay. You know, I haven't done too many tests with it yet to see what the audio levels are like. There's still a bit of noise in the room because of the laptop, but it should be better. So this is my setup, and I will do a separate video showing you all of this one day. But I just wanted to show you how I've got it set up just now. I've got my RX100 Mark III there, and I've got my monitor there showing you what's in the camera. So that's essentially what I'll be doing with the RX10. I'll be placing the RX10 here, linking it up to this monitor so that I can see what I'm unboxing. And that kind of addresses the problem that I've got with this not having a rotating screen. You know, a rotating screen would have been good. And I did look at the FZ1000, which was a very similar price. But I just liked some of the features in the RX10 more, and I thought I can live without the rotating screen. Hopefully it's the right decision. There's a few other things, you know, I don't know if it can be charged by USB Welsh recording. I don't think it can. I think that only came in the RX10 Mark II. But if it's not there, it's a pain. If there's, you know, it's just one of those things, I need to work around it. But one thing I have noticed though is that where the memory card is. Now this sounds like such a little thing, but in the Panasonic G6 I had to swivel the camera around and then go down to the battery compartment. But here they've got right round the side here, it's just at the side of the camera, and you just pull it down and the memory card pops out. It's such a little thing, but I mean it's the same with the RX100. So in the RX100, the camera, battery and the memory card are at the bottom, so sometimes it is a little bit of a pain getting it out. So whilst I've got the RX10 here, I'll just quickly show you the zoom. So what will I pick? Let's go for the mini SNES. We'll zoom in and we'll show you what this big long lens can do. And obviously this can come in very useful when I'm using it as an overhead camera. So that's at full zoom now. And you can see if I stand still, you can see that's quite impressive. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. It's just been a quick look at my RX10. This camera came out 4 years ago, so there's tons of reviews out there. This was more about me picking up a bargain, me picking up a camera that used to be very expensive, and the fact that you can pick them up second hand fairly cheap now. And I think there's a lot of money to be saved. I mean, I have talked about, you know, that I bought my laptop second hand. I bought a lot of things second hand. I do buy a lot of things new as well, but I think when you're buying expensive items, if you can go out and get something, you know, maybe a few years older, but something that was top of the line a few years ago, you can really, you know, make a lot of savings. You can pick up a lot of bargains. And, you know, I'd still have my eyes on some other cameras out there. And I think without a doubt, I'd probably buy, you know, something that was out the last couple of years, but buy it second hand. And I'll get a little bit of a bargain. So, thanks for watching. Just moving around here, just seeing how it handles things. Thanks for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. Let me know what you think of the camera. Let me know if you think I've got a bargain. Please do share your thoughts in the comment area below, and I'll speak to you all in the next one. Take care, guys. Cheers.